umaga po sa lahat. Sa aking mga kasamahan sa Senado, sa ating mga kagalang-galang na mga resource speakers from various government agencies, sa non-government organizations, sa academe, non-government organizations, sa inyo pong lahat, magandang umaga po. Noong 2 ng Agosto, sa akin pong privilege speech dito sa Senado, inilahad natin ang nakakaalarmang usapin ng laganap at karumal-dumal na mga patayan sa ating bayan. Hindi lang ito naging laman ng balita sa ating bansa. Sa buong mundo, pinag-uusapan din tayo. Tulad ng marami sa atin, nababahala ako sa kaliwat kanang patayan na inaalmusal natin kada umaga. Araw-araw na lang ang balitang may bagong napatay dahil nanlaban daw o nang agaw ng baril ang biktima. Marami na rin po ang pinaslang ng di kilalang mga salarin na kinabibilangan malamang ng mga vigilante. Binalot ng packaging tape at pinatungan ng cardboard na may mensaheng pusher o kaya hold upper, ako, huwag tularan. Nais po nating malaman ang katotohanan sa likod ng mga nasabing patayan at karahasan. Ano nga ba ang tunay na nangyari at bakit patuloy itong nangyayari? Hindi ko sinasabing ang lahat ng nagaganap na pagpatay sa operasyon ng mga pulis ay walang legal na batayan sa paggamit ng lethal force. Masyado lang marami ngayon ang napapatay sa mga enkwentro kumpara sa mga nakaraang panahon para hindi magduda kung nasusunod ba talaga ang rules of engagement. Doon naman po sa usapin ng vigilante killings o pagpatay ng mga di kilalang salarin, hindi rin natin sinasabi na may kinalaman ng gobyerno sa pagkalat ng mga death squad. May indikasyon na hindi lahat ng mga pagpaslang ay may kaugnayan sa kampanya laban sa droga ng gobyerno. Mayroong mga nakikisakay at nakikisabay lang sa lehitimong operasyon ng kapulisan para makatakas sa batas at para pagtakpan ang kanilang partisipasyon sa kalakalan ng droga. Kailangan po nating malaman kung ang sinasabing mga vigilante killings sa buong bansa ay magkakaugnay at bunsod ng isang organisadong pagkilos ng mga individual o grupo sa labas o loob man ng gobyerno. As I have said, my concern does not only revolve around the growing tally of killings reported by the Philippine National Police. What is particularly worrisome is that the campaign against drugs seems to be an excuse for some, may I just emphasize, some law enforcers and other elements like vigilantes to commit murder with impunity. Last August 18, Police Director General Ronald De La Rosa reported to the Senate Committee on Public Order and Illegal Drugs that there are 665 drug suspects killed in police operations from July 1 to August 15. But what is even more disturbing is that in the same hearing, the PNP chief stated that there are 899 drug-related deaths committed by unknown killers during the same period. Out of this figure, only 22 cases were filed in NCR-PO. Grabe ito. Katumbas po yan ng 35 tao na patay kada araw. 35 persons being killed. Certain media outlets report different figures. The ABS-CBN Research and Investigative Group cites that there are 1,127 alleged drug offenders killed from May 10 to August 19. According to the report, 666 were killed during police operations, while 343 suspects were killed by unidentified assailants. GMA News and the Philippine Daily Inquirer, as shown on the screen, also tallied different numbers. How do we account for these differences? Why are there killings in such magnitude? What provides for the seeming continued impunity of those behind vigilantism and summary executions. Bukod pa sa mga tanong na ito, mahalaga pong malaman sino ang mga biktima, sino ang mga pumapatay, saan ito nangyayari, may investigasyon ba o kasong sinasampa o isinasampa pagkatapos ng insidente, aling ahensya o mga ahensya ang nag-iimbestiga, saan po ba hahantong ang kampanyang ito. These are the questions that disturb me, both in my capacity as senator and as a Filipino. These are the same questions that the Filipino people would like to have answered. There is no indication that the statistics on killings of alleged drug suspects will go down anytime soon. How many people need to die before we act to correct this alarming situation? Buhay po ng tao ang pinag-uusapan dito, hindi lang basta numero. Sa bawat natagpuang bangkay sa kalsada, may nawalan ng kapatid, magulang at asawa, may naulilang pamilya, may gumuhong kinabukasan at pag-asa. I strongly believe extrajudicial or extralegal killings, whether perpetrated by the state or by non-state actors, must stop. Blatant disregard for human life has to stop. It is for these reasons that we hold the Senate inquiry in aid of legislation to address the rampant summary executions of alleged drug suspects. We have invited witnesses, families, and relatives of the victims who will be allowed to share under oath their stories and accounts of the alleged killings. The corresponding testimonies are supported by their respective affidavits, which will be forwarded to the proper agencies for investigation and or prosecution. Mayroon po tayong 12 saksi sa 8 kaso ng pagpatay na may 11 mga biktima. 12 witnesses in 8 cases involving 11 victims. Malinaw po na ang mga kasong ito ay maliit na bahagi lamang ng mahigit 1,000 insidente ng pagpatay sa operasyon ng mga pulis o ng mga hindi kilalang salarin. Sa pamamagitan nila, nais natin na malaman ang kwento sa likod ng mga insidente ng pagpatay. Hindi po natin layunin na imbestigahan ang lahat ng kaso ng pagpatay. Hindi po natin kayang gawin yan. Kung hindi bigyan ng linaw lamang ang mga tanong na bumabalot sa ating isipan tungkol sa mga pangyayaring ito. Mahirap din pong makahanap at makakuha ng mga saksi na kusang loob na magtetestigo sa harap ng publiko. Ang iilan na haharap sa atin sa pagdinig na ito ay lumapit sa Commission on Human Rights upang humingi ng tulong sa pagpaslang sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay. Nagpapasalamat po tayo sa CHR sa pamumuno ni Chair Chito Gascon at nandito po sila bilang resource speakers. We also invited the leadership of the PNP, headed by Director General De La Rosa, to serve as resource speakers, as well as members of the academe, various non-government organizations, and media networks. Let this be clear. The Senate is not a court of law or a quasi-judicial body. This Senate investigation is in aid of legislation, where the technical rules of evidence are not strictly applied. Our focus here is on the criminal acts to be addressed, not on the prosecution of the alleged perpetrators. The following are our objectives. Number 1, to determine or check on the abuses committed by law enforcers conducting operations in pursuit of those who are allegedly involved in the illegal drug trade. 2, to reinforce our legal regime to address the phenomenon of vigilantism and summary killings. 3, to enhance legal mechanisms of accountability of state and non-state actors. 4, to strengthen the roles and responsibilities of relevant government agencies, especially the Commission on Human Rights, the Internal Affairs Service of the PNP, the Ombudsman, and the National Bureau of Investigation that are mandated to investigate cases of extrajudicial killings and summary executions that are perpetrated and or tolerated by public officers. And 5, to institute legislative measures to ensure that fundamental rights, especially the right to life, are respected by authorities. This five-fold agenda of the proposed Senate Resolution number 9 can be subsumed under a general goal of improving our system of laws in connection with the prevention and investigation of extrajudicial killings and summary executions and those that relate to the mechanisms of accountability for those involved in these abhorrent activities. What accounts for the weakness in the legal system? What is the explanation for the reality versus law gap in the prevention and investigation of this type of killings? What provides for the seeming continued impunity of those behind vigilantism and summary executions? Are our laws sufficient to address these problems? Do we have those laws? Or are our current set of laws being implemented properly to deal with such phenomenon? These are the bottom line questions in the view of the chair in this inquiry. Sa investigasyong ito, sisikapin nating malaman, sapat ba ang umiiral na batas para tugunan ang patuloy na tumataas na bilang ng extrajudicial killings sa bansa? Kung sapat ang ating mga batas, maayos ba itong ipinapatupad para masigurong hindi ito inaabuso ng ilang tiwaling grupo o personalidad? Linawin ko lang po, hindi layunin ng investigasyong ito na pigilin o pahinain ang kampanya laban sa droga ng kasalukuyang administrasyon. Nais pa po natin itong palakasin habang sinisigurong walang batas na nilalabag, walang karapatang niyuyurakan, at walang buhay na nilalapastangan. Gusto din natin patibayin pa ang kakakayahan ng ating mga kapulisan sa paglaban sa droga sa pamamagitan ng mga panukalang batas upang gabayan sila sa tamang pagtupad ng tungkulin. Hinihikayat ko po ang lahat na subaybayan ng mga pagdinig na ito ng Senado. Samahan ninyo po kaming suriin, imbestigahan at tukuyin ang katotohanan tungo sa mas mapayapa, mas makatarungan at makataong lipunan. Maraming salamat po. At this point, with the permission of my colleagues, the chair now lays down the following House rules for this inquiry. Number 1, senators who wish to also give their opening statements are given a maximum of 5 minutes. They are also given 10 minutes each to propound questions to a resource person or witness, subject to a second round, if warranted, with a maximum of 5 minutes. Senators who wish to interpolate will be recognized. To interpolate or ask questions will be recognized based on the order of their arrival. We shall strictly enforce the time limit rule through an official timer. Our resource persons from various government agencies are also given the privilege to deliver a statement if they so desire. We ask them to limit such to 3 minutes. As to witnesses, I believe that what they are to testify on are also embodied in their respective affidavits. Copies of some of those witnesses have been distributed today. However, may we request the senators to treat these affidavits with utmost confidentiality as if they were given during an executive session. The proceedings today and tomorrow will be until 1:30 p.m. We will schedule additional hearings if needed. And finally, we ask everyone in this hall to either turn off or put in silent mode their... Thank you. May I recognize at this point Senator Alan Peter Cayetano to also deliver his own opening statement.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Madam Chair, while they are fixing the projector, may I just greet you good morning and good morning to our guest. If I tend to be a little bit emotional today, I apologize because we lost our pastor, Pastor Doy Castillo, who was like a father to us. And I've been involved with the Duterte campaign and with Chief PNP Bato, and grabe po yung tama sa media na as if Wild Wild West tayo. 14,000 plus lang ang sweldo ng mga pulis. Hindi lahat may gamit. And then, napapatayan din sila. Pero hindi pa tayo naglo-launch ng investigasyon kung paano sila pwede tulungan. Sila na iniimbestigahan natin. So my apologies if I tend to be a little bit emotional. Having said that, Madam Chair, I thank you for your assurances at the start of this hearing. Senator Joel yielded his 5 minutes to the opening statement so I can complete my presentation. Madam Chair...
Excuse me, Senator Alan?
Yes.
You said that Senator Joel...
Everyone has 5 minutes, so under the tradition of the Senate, usually
only
another
the senators
senator...
who wish to deliver
yes,
their opening
he wished to
statement.
give his statement and
so
he'll give
may
it
I
to
ask
me.
Senator Villanueva whether he did intend to deliver his own opening statement?
I wasn't supposed, but considering that there's a request from our good friend, we will yield the 5 minutes, Madam Chair.
With due respect to
Madam
Senator
Chair.
Alan Peter Cayetano,
Madam
I
Chair.
don't believe that, as mentioned,
Well,
just
Madam
a
Chair,
minute,
usually we
Senator
respect each other here.
Villanueva just said that he did not intend to deliver a statement.
I will just talk very fast, Madam
Thank
Chair,
you.
but usually, let me put on the record, we respect each other's opinion here, and it's not a matter of intent to give a opening statement. If
Thank you.
everyone is allowed to give a statement, you can yield your time, whether it's in the questions. You are new here, so I will understand that, but that has been the
Thank you.
tradition here
Please
in the
proceed.
Senate.
Thank you.
May my time just start now, please. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. I'm not talking about the Aquinos, Arroyos, or the Dutertes. When the drug lords rule, people mourn. But when the law enforcers, the righteous, are the one ruling, walang patayan, may katahimikan sa ating bansa. Next slide. It is being made to appear in the media and with no help by some so-called human rights advocates. Next slide, please. That grabe ang patayan araw-araw. Please take note from 2010 to 2015 during the Aquino administration, an average of 35 ang patay araw-araw. Ngayon po, sa ilalim ni Presidente Duterte, 20 po. No, more than about a third are now, their lives are now being saved every day because of the efforts of the PNP. Next slide. The old norm was drug lords and their cohorts acted with impunity. People have low trust sa PNP, fiscals, judges, high-ranking government officials are involved in the illegal trade or protectors, and people hindi nakakadama na sila secure sa kanilang bahay, sa kalye, sa kanilang trabaho. Ngayon po, the respect and fear for the law has been restored. Drug lords and their supporters are on the run. People are beginning to feel safe, renewed trust on our law enforcers and government under President Duterte. Next slide. Are we using the term extrajudicial killings loosely to discredit the PNP and Duterte administration? Whether it is the Commission on Human Rights or our dear chairperson, I was hoping that they would educate the people more and the media para hindi sila mamislead na lahat ng patay ay extrajudicial killings. Bakit po? Ito po ang sinabi ng dalawang justice. Next slide. There is a need for a clear-cut killing of what the extrajudicial killing is. The name is a misnomer since every killing outside death penalty is extrajudicial. Dalawang justice po nagsabi niyan. So ano po ang ginawa ng Aquino administration? Gumawa po sila ng AO35. Di ko na babasahin dahil 5 minutes lang oras ko. Next slide. Dito po ang importante. The victim was a member or affiliated of an organization to include political, environmental, agrarian, labor, or similar causes. An advocate of the above-named causes, a media practitioner, etc. Ibig sabihin po, labor leader ka, media ka, religious leader, pinatay ka dahil sa paniniwala mo. Next slide. That was very clear for the purpose of the focused mandate of AO35 na ginawa ng Aquino administration. Ang common criminals at ang crime sa kanila hindi kasama sa extrajudicial killings. Next slide. Yan po ang pirma ng dating Secretary de Lima, Department of Justice, IAC Chair. So alam po nila yan. Lahat na nagpapa-interview sa CHR at ating mahal na chairperson, alam po nila yan. Next slide. Sa araw-araw na patayan sa Aquino administration na 35, mahigit 1,400, 394 lang ang classify nila na extrajudicial killing. Pero sa umpisa pa lang ng hearing na to, kung ano nung numero na narinig natin eh. Did they clarify which one is extrajudicial and not? Which one are common criminals? Next slide. Kaya ano ho ba sabi ng isa nilang kakampi na Human Rights Watch? Unresolved or basically failure ang kanilang watch pagdating sa pagre-resolve ng extrajudicial killings. Eh ba't hindi yun ang munang imbestigahan natin bago sa extrajudicial killings ngayon? O okay lang dati, ngayon masama. Next slide. People now beginning to feel safe in the streets and trust our law enforcers. Beginning. Hindi ko po sinasabing safe lahat, pero nag-uumpisa na. Next slide. Kung makikita nyo po yung crime volume, ayan po, hindi ko nababasahin isa-isa because of lack of time, pero makikita nyo, crimes against property, 11,000 to 6,000 in 1 month. Bakit po? Ang mga pusher at saka user, kailangan ng pera, walang trabaho yung marami dyan, nagnanakaw. But because nagsosurrender na yung mga user, nahuhuli ang pusher, pababa ang crime volume. Next. People support the anti-war drugs. Criminals don't. Ang mga kriminal at drug pusher gumagastos ngayon sa media, sa politika, sa politiko, sa kahit ano, para i-discredit ang administrasyon na to, para nga tumuloy ang kanilang multi-billion na negosyo. I'm not saying that everyone is being used. Marami pong honest advocates for human rights, honest advocates of how to do this better. But let us not fool ourselves. Marami din sa mga drug lords ang pumupondo dito. Next slide. Hindi rin totoo na lahat ng sektor ayaw. Basilan Bishop Martin Pumawad is pinning his hopes on the new president. Next slide. This is another one na nagsasabing maganda nangyayari at kahit hindi pa nakaupo ang bagong presidente, after he won, nagsimula ng mga pulis magsipag at tumapang. Next slide. Anti-drug operations, 215% increase in anti-drug operations. I agree with the chairperson. Hindi intensyon ng committee na to pahintuin yan. Ang problema, the way to hell is full of good intentions. It is not the intention, it is the effect. Ang mga pulis nanunood lahat. At kung lalabas na sila pa kontrabida ngayon, baka yung iba umatras. Kaya hindi mo mapigilan ang ating Pangulo na maging emosyonal sa kanyang 100% support. Next slide, anti-drug arrest. Next slide. The average Aquino haul for drugs, 412 million a month. So far, the average for Duterte, 2.3 billion in 48 days. Next slide. Next slide. They say we are drawing flack from various sectors. Next slide. Tingnan niyo po to. The Philippine War sa ABS-CBN. Outrage over extrajudicial killings. Yung outrage, no? Anong pinapalabas? Na lahat na lang napatay, extrajudicial killings, na may outrage. Pero yung news, na sa sulok-sulok ng ating bansa, masaya ang mga tao, nasaan yon? Dito sa Inquirer, the kill list ang tawag nila. During the Aquino administration, mas marami ang patay. May kill list ba kayo? Pero ngayon, sa Duterte administration, gumawa pa kayo ng sarili niyong pangalan, the kill list. Paano po hindi sasama loob ng ating mga alagad ng batas, ng NBI, PDEA, Police, na nung panahon na walang ginagawa, dun sa araw-araw na patayan, ay okay lang. Ang tawag nyo, riding in tandem, ang tawag nyo, ganit, murder, homicide. Ngayon na may ginagawa sila at mas konti ang patay, kill list ang tawag. Lastly, Madam Chair, have we ever asked the PNP what they need? I was hoping, and I suggested this in our first hearing, sana bago tayo mag-hearing at akusahan sila, patawag muna natin. Ano kailangan nyo? Sweldo nyo, napakababa. Kailangan nyo ba ng equipment? Next slide. Alam niyo po ba, sa alalim ng batas, 201 dapat ang pulis natin. Kulang ng 40 mil na pulis. Next slide. Ang sweldo ng pulis, 4,834. Next slide. Ito po ang combat pay, 11 pesos a day. Sa pulis po, 933 a day. 10 piso, soft drinks lang yun eh. O, ni bottled water, hindi kayo makakabili. So, Madam Chair, I will stop there because of lack of time, but the point I'm making, can you go to the next slide first? Next.
Is this the last
Yes,
point?
this last slide.
Let's
Yes,
wrap up.
Madam Chair.
Time
Next
is up.
slide. Next slide. Next. Here, Madam Chair. Wala po akong problema, dahil ako'y isang human rights advocate din, kung indiscriminate o ang pulis ay may utos na wag niyong gawin ito. Pero titignan niyo po to, mismong PNP ang may memorandum na nagsabi na lahat ng unexplained, lahat ng vigilante, imbestigahan. And hindi ko na ipapakita dahil wala ng time, pero yung last slide ko po dito ay ang statement ng ating Pangulo at statement ni Chief PNP Ronald De La Rosa alias Bato, na nagsasabing, ayan po, ayoko ng extrajudicial killings. So thank you, Madam Chair, that you said we will be fair. But sana sa mga interviews at mga kapatid natin sa media, maging fair din. Kasi panay ang report nyo na ayaw ng Pangulo, na gusto ng Pangulo at ng PNP ng extrajudicial. Pero yan po ang sinasabi nila, yan ang official. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. 2 punto lang po. We will ask the concerned resource speakers to educate us, to educate the public on these concepts, on these terms, extrajudicial killings, extra-legal killings, summary executions, vigilante killings. So at a proper time in the course of the proceedings, questions on that point can always be asked to these resource persons. Pangalawa po, kasama din talaga po sa ating inquiry ngayon na alamin, tanungin ang pamunuan ng PNP kung ano ang mga kailangan nila para mapalakas ang laban sa droga at para maiwasan yung mga paglabag sa batas at paglabag ng karapatang pantao. So at this point,
Procedural, Madam Chair.
yes.
Is there any
Senator.
other senator who wished to make an opening statement? If there is none, if
I
there
was,
is
I
none,
was just
maybe.
told,
Yes.
Senator Soto, Senator Riza